Hey, what's up? It's Faith, aka Celestial Fizzy. I'm just gonna make this short, hopefully, quick. Hopefully, this is spur of the moment, honestly. Okay, so one, you probably noticed the quality of this video is probably a lot better because I got a new phone, so better quality. And you're probably also wondering, like, Faith, why do you look like you got on lingerie? Because I do. I got on a lace bodysuit. But I was trying to get this all out before I forgot, but I'm not going to forget. So today is New Year's Eve. Tonight is New Year's Eve. It's 10:18 here in Denver, Colorado. My family's texting me from the East Coast telling me Happy New Year's, family. Happy New Year's to you guys. But I just came from, you're probably wondering, like, Faith, you're all dressed up, but you're not out. Yeah, I just came from a erotic poetry festival down the street from my house at a cafe they've been doing this for 25 years. It's their 25th anniversary of that festival. And I just happened to see it on Facebook and I was like, wow, this is clearly something I'll be interested in, because not only do I love poetry, but wanting to be a sex therapist. Sex therapy is my thing. Sex is my thing. Eroticism is my thing. I work at an adult store. Like, sex is my thing. So I'm like, I'm going to this. I go there. It's one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. There's so many people of different ages talking about sex, different races talking about sex and how beautiful it is, and like metaphorically, literally, like, oh, it was amazing. Oh, excuse me, watch my language. I'm gonna bleep that out. But I got there and I sat down. I had to sit down next to a older lady at the table next to me, and she was just like, oh, go get your program, sweetheart. I went, got my program. The show went through. I'm about to leave after the show is done. I'm thinking, all I can think about is the bathroom because I had to go. And she's just like, don't leave yet, I want to talk to you. And basically she just tells me about she asked me, am I a poet? And I was like, I used to when I was younger. I used to write poetry, and I did. Like, I was hardcore into poetry when I was in high school. It was all really fudging depressing. Like, all of it was depressing. But whenever I had an opportunity to write, I did. I wrote when I was supposed to be listening to my teachers in class. Like, if I had an assignment that involved writing, I was writing a poem. Like, it was that kind of thing. Like, I remember for one of my classes, I wrote a poem as if I was Juliet and I was speaking to Romeo. Like, it was called Letters to Romeo. Like, poetry was my thing. So I told her, I was like, yeah, in high school I did poetry. And she was just like, oh, these are all of the nights that we do this here, and you need to go to this cafe and this cafe and this cafe on these days at this time, and this is when they do open mic and blah 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 blah. And then I was like, oh wow, that's so amazing. And she was just like, let me just introduce you to some people. I'm assuming, like, I assumed she was a VIP because the host, I think his wife was sitting at the same table, or his partner was sitting at the same table as the older lady that I was talking to. So I assumed that she was just a VIP, and then she started introducing me to all these people. And I'm like, wow. Like, and she introduced me to some of the performers. I'm like, wow, yeah, I'll definitely come out to more things. And I'm like, yes, Faith, yes. Like, you've been getting signs. I've been getting signs from different things telling me that I need to be more creative. I need to go back to myself and go back to who I truly am and what I truly love to do. And poetry is one of those things. I've always been an extremely creative person, and I just kind of lost it because of depression. Like, it just kind of faded with depression and the fact that I didn't have time anymore. I just had to keep going. Like, if you don't know, I'm a full-time student right now. I've got 2 part-time jobs, and I'm also doing Postmates and DoorDash. So I don't really have time for anything other than work and school. But I'm making myself have this time in this upcoming new year. I'm just like forcing this. Like, I'm going to do this for myself because I know that this is what I need. Like, there was this queer man. His name was Henry. He was the last to perform at the festival, and he got up there. He was fearless. He had on his suit jacket, his suit pants, and a bra. And when he walked up there in his feather boa, he pulled out his purse, took out his lipstick, reapplied his lipstick, and said, this is Selena Red. And I'm like, these are my people. This is what I need to be around. Queer people talking about, not just queer people, but it's nice when it's more than just heteronormative because that's not how I am. So I want to be around people who are like me. But it's just, sorry, I'm talking so fast because I don't want this to be long, and I'm just trying to remember everything that was happening, and I'm just so excited, and I'm just like, like, okay, but I'm just like, guys, if you see some, like, I have like those apps on my phone, like I've got like 2 horoscope apps on my phone, and both of them have told me multiple times over the past month that I need to be more creative. I need to go back to my creativity, and I've been telling myself I'm gonna go back to painting, I'm gonna go back to drawing, I'm gonna go back to writing. I downloaded Procreate on my phone, or I downloaded Procreate on my iPad earlier this year, and I've been like kind of dabbling in it, trying to figure it out. I'm like, Faith, you're gonna use this more often. I'm gonna write more. I'm gonna go get a new book. I'm gonna start writing my poetry again. I don't know what I'm gonna write about. When I was younger, I used to write about heartbreak because that's all I ever felt, because I was in unrequited love, and I kept dating people who weren't who I wanted, and that never ended up working. And, I was just like a hopeless romantic who was constantly depressed. That's what my poetry was. But now I'm like, I'm still depressed, but I'm an adult now, and I'm grown up, and I've learned a lot, and I'm like, I could probably write about this as well. But that's not the only thing that I wanted to talk about, because I also wanted to do a 2020 video of what my resolutions and stuff was. So that's how this started. So this is also one of my resolutions, or not even resolutions, this is one of my goals. This is me becoming me, because 2020 is all about me being me, loving myself, being who I truly am. Like, I even created a vision board. I don't know if you guys know, I don't remember if I told you guys last year when I did this, but I create vision boards. I create electronic vision boards for my iPad. Sorry, my screen is kind of cracked. My entire family just like decided to talk to me, and I don't know how to. Okay, so can you guys see it with like the glare of the light and everything? I'm not gonna make it like so you guys can read everything, but this is my vision board for 2020. I put it on my iPad so that I can see it whenever I look at my iPad, and I always have my iPad with me because of school and my work study. I bring my iPad with me to help me do my schoolwork. But like, I look at it, it's there, I can see it whenever I need to. My 2020 vision board, like my 2019 vision board, was all about the things that I wanted to do, like make more money, do better on my YouTube channel, move to Colorado, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. And I completed a lot of the things on that vision board, and I really had to go back and think about it, like, oh no, I did a lot of, I didn't do everything, but I did a lot of things that was on that vision board. But this vision board is not about like materialistic things, not about like financial goals and stuff. This is all about me learning to love myself and learning to be myself again, because somehow between the ages of, I'm gonna say like 18 to 24, I lost myself. I don't know where I went. College kind of fucked me up, and I'm letting y'all know that college is not for everybody. Please do not think that if you are in high school right now that you need to go to college. Even if you're not in high school, that you need to be in college, and you don't. It's a lot of debt. And if you're not really committed to it, don't do it. I wish that I had started college at the age of 24. I really do. I do not wish that I started at 18 and me up. But anyway, I'm like going off. But yes, if you keep seeing signs telling you to do something that you already know that you were supposed to be doing, because you already know it's part of your personality, it's part of yourself, do not ignore them. Don't ignore them, because this shit just slapped me in the face. Like, I was like casually going through my life, and everything was just like, you need to be creative, you need to draw, you need to write, you need to do a poem, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. And I was just like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then I was just like, you know what, I want something to do for New Year's, because I don't have no friends, and I don't have nobody I'm talking to or dating or anything. So I'm like, I'm gonna go do something myself. Then I found this on Facebook, and I was like, I'm gonna go to this erotic poetry festival, because they already starting the fireworks. It's only 10 o'clock. But I'm gonna go to this erotic poetry festival, and lo and behold, I met this random lady who was, I don't know, I'm not good at picking ages, so I'm gonna say between 70 and 90, who was just, I'm glad I met her. I'm glad I did, because she like, sorry, my family is just sending me text messages. I'm glad I met her because she just solidified everything I already knew that I needed to do. She just solidified it, like, Faith, now is the time. No more wasting time. No more ignoring the signs. No more pretending like this isn't a thing anymore. Like, you, just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you need to give up everything you loved as a child or a younger adult or a teenager. Like, I've been writing since when I could write. Ask my grandmother, she still has stories that I wrote at the age of 5, like about frogs and how my grandma caught a frog and made frog soup. Like, she still has that as a story that I wrote down. I had pictures and everything. Like, I'm crying a little bit. Like, I'm tearing up because I'm just like, it was just so right. It was just so right. And this feels like such a monumentous occasion for me. Like, this was clearly the universe putting this in my life because I needed it. I'm crying. But that was just me saying, guys, if something is telling you to be yourself, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. You know who you are. You know how you are. Do not ignore it just because you feel like you don't have the time, or you feel like you can't do it anymore. You lost that creativity. You lost that spark of yourself. You lost that part of yourself. You didn't. Those are the kind of things that you don't lose. You can't lose a part of yourself. It's always there. He's over here loudly chewing on his toy, so I think that's our cue to cut this because it's already 13 minutes long. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, no, not hopefully, I will see all of you next year, and even more people in the upcoming year, because it's not 2020 for me yet, but in the upcoming 2020 year, I am pushing out content. I am pushing out my poems. I'm gonna try to draw. I was okay at I was good at drawing, but only cartoons. But I'm gonna try to do better for like real life things. The 2020 is a year to be yourself, guys. Be yourself. Be yourself 2020. Like, there's no more excuses. Stop trying to be everyone else. Stop trying to live up to everybody else's hype, everybody else's life. Their life is not your life. Your life is not their life. Just be yourself. No one else is you. No one else can be you. And you can't be anyone else because that person is already taken. So you just need to be yourself. And that's what I'm doing this year. That's what I'm doing this year. I'm being myself. I'm going to be open and honest and happy, and just because I refuse. I'm too old now. I'm turning 25 in March, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to appease to what society thinks that I need to be. Even though I barely did it anyway, like I really did try a little bit to be like, oh, well, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't dress like this. I shouldn't wear that makeup because society. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to stare. I don't want people to talk about me. I don't give a flip no more. No flying, friggity, frackety, frogs and flips. I don't care no more. You're gonna kick rocks and blow bubbles if you think that I need to change myself in order to appease you, because no. So that's my rant, my little 15-minute rant. Please like, comment, subscribe, because I'm about to get real this year. I'm getting real with me, you, the world. It's going down. Happy New Year, YouTube. Bye.